In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a $16 bracelet. So obviously what you're going to need are $16. What I like to do is make one set of 8 with the green side showing and one set of 8 with the white side showing to give it a nice pattern. You of course can do it however you want, so we'll start showing you how to make one of the units. Take your dollar bill, you fold it in half lengthwise, open it up, and then fold the edges to that center crease that you just made. And then go ahead and fold it in half. Now you want to decide which side you want to be showing. I usually use this side. The only part that will actually show on one of these is about this much right here. This will be covered and this will be folded in. So you're not showing a lot. By folding it this way with George's eyes showing, you'll have the serial number that shows on the outside, which is a nice touch, I think. But of course you can do it however you want. So you fold it in half this way, and then you're going to fold these edges into the center like this, and fold the unit flat like that. And that is one of the units. And now sometimes I like to make sure that the folds here are nice and neat. Sometimes this paper crimps and it can get in the way if it does that too much, so sometimes I double check to make sure that those folds are neat. And there is one unit, and I like to make them all the same. So now I have a total of 8 units like that. And then to make the other side unit, it's pretty much, or it is the exact same process, just doing it so that the green side is showing. And I'll do this really quick because, well, it's a fairly simple folding process. Fold those to the center, fold in half, decide what side you want showing. On the green side of the bill, it all looks pretty much the same, so it doesn't really matter. Fold it in half, and then fold the edges into the center, and squeeze it tight. Now, you can, I suppose, fold it in half, fold these to the center, fold this to the center, then fold it in half. What tends to happen though is it gets really tight in there and it tends to buckle a little bit. So by folding it like this and wrapping these into the center as you fold it, it makes it lay flat a little bit nicer. That's just a personal preference. You of course can decide to do that or not. So now I have 8 of those units and I have 8 of these units. And it doesn't really matter how you start. Pick one of one, pick one of the other, and then you can slip it in. And now once you've done that, you've now established how you're going to put these together. So one way to make it a little bit easier on yourself, it really doesn't matter again. You'll see when you make these, this side only has a folded edge on each side. This side has a bunch, has extra layers because of the way it's folded. Like I said, it doesn't really matter, but to make it just a little bit easier, if you insert this on the side that has the clean edges, it'll be a little bit easier. And if you insert it so that the clean edges on this one are facing this way, that way when you put the next unit in and you match, at least I do, you don't have to, I match the pattern. So I'll put this in like this, And then I will continue that process. Again, I match the pattern. Again, you don't have to. However you want to make it look. And I will just continue doing that until I get down to the last unit. Okay, so now I have the chain of, I've used all 8 of the white side up, and I've used 7 of the green side. And so this last piece will be the one that we use to join the 2 ends together. So the last piece that we put in, this is the way we'd put it in. We're going to open it up and then insert it like this. Like that. So then we wrap the bracelet around, and this will be the way it will look when it's finished. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take these flaps and we're going to insert them in, not that way. We're going to insert them in, we're going to go up, and we're going to insert them down through the center of that piece and then back in like that. So this gets a little tricky, but it's certainly doable with just a little bit of patience. Okay, so here we are looking at the last piece. So we wrap the bracelet around and we're looking at it like this. And we're going to open this up and find the center piece, the center of this. Sometimes it helps if you have a pencil or something handy where you can separate the layers and find the center. Once you find the center, open that up. All right, so there's the center. Again, we've wrapped this around, and this is how it's going to go in. These pieces are going to go down through the center. Put the last one in, and I push it through until it just starts to poke out right here. Okay, and now the next one will go in right through the center, right alongside of that one that we already put in. So we just slide that in right next to the one we just did. And again, pushing it through just so that we now have these two ends sticking out. And what we're going to do is we're going to take those and we're going to run them inside. See, here's this flap right here. We're going to run it inside and right into there. And then this side is going to do the same thing, following in on there. And so I take one of these legs and I pull it out a little bit longer than the other one. And try and get my hand out of the way. I slide it in there. Push that in a little bit. All right, now this other one gets a little tricky, but you can see it poking out right there. And I'm going to slide it in. right alongside this one right here. Now if you have tweezers, this can be made a lot easier, or try looking at it from this side. Just roll that piece down, check, make sure it's going in the right way, and then finish rolling it in. There you go, and there you have a $16 bracelet. $16 is about right for most people. Nice thing about the dollar module is that it is a little bit more than 2 times longer than it is high, so it gives the bracelet a little bit of give and play, so it can stretch to fit over the wrist, and then it can collapse a little bit to make sure it doesn't fall off. But there's the $16 bracelet, and if for whatever reason you like the other side better, it's really easy to twist it and have the other side showing. But I tend to like having the serial number show. There you go.